Hey, what's up? Welcome to Dino Reacts. Today, just get into some early morning news. Once again, let's get into it. Let's go. Let me edit this stuff. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So the TikTok's banned. TikTok is being banned here in the states. They got about 7 months to get the ban out, and really, I think it's absolute nonsense. It's absolute BS. There's absolutely no reason for them to ban TikTok. I understand there's a lot of things going on TikTok that are it's just ignorant and immature. A lot of kids are practicing things that should not be there, but I think that's more of an age restriction thing, not a company based thing. And I got a little bit more to say. Let's just get into it. Let's see what the.
In a pivotal moment on Capitol Hill, the House of Representatives has passed a groundbreaking bill aimed at the popular video sharing app TikTok. Let's examine the controversial bill in two parts: the concerns that led to the bill's creation, and the options available to TikTok to continue operating in the U.S. market now that it has been passed. TikTok's operation in the U.S. has been mired with national security. Lawmakers and officials fear Chinese government access to user data. Chinese laws may compel ByteDance to assist in intelligence gathering. The U.S. also believes that TikTok suppresses content unfavorable to Beijing, and a report by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence warns of Chinese government influence via TikTok in U.S. elections.
Okay, that's a weird thing. I gotta learn how to click more stuff into these reactions, man. Because I watched the Senate Judiciary hitting House of Representatives with the CEO of TikTok, who absolutely has to be from Singapore, and he kept reiterating over and over again that he has no ties to the CCP, that he does not sell that data to China. So I don't understand like where these claims from our own intelligence agent that these things are happening without any reliable proof. Like a lot has been happening with our three-letter agency lately, where they claim things without giving us any proof, and just expect the American public just to believe them just off of word alone after everything they've done over the last 7 years. Like they haven't damaged our trust immensely. They have to gain our trust back before we believe them, and then they're going in to try to blame somebody else to say that this is giving us misinformation. I wouldn't I wouldn't sit on this being accurate. But then, like I said, I have other thoughts. Let's continue.
Now that the bill stands passed in the House, what are the options ahead of TikTok? Simple two options: sell TikTok or face a ban. In the sell option, TikTok's parent company ByteDance must divest its stakes in TikTok. If sold, TikTok can continue in the U.S., pending a determination by the president that it's no longer controlled by a foreign adversary. ByteDance must relinquish control of TikTok's algorithm.
All right, see right here, like once they vested stakes in TikTok to continue in the U.S., it's like they're really trying to bankrupt the company. You understand when the government is trying to bankrupt a company over allegations that they haven't proved to any of us are true, at all. The only thing they've proved the truth is that they can yell a lot in Congress. That's it. Just a bunch of yelling at them, but establishing really no proof. And then they said the hacking white guy comment is what really just threw me off. And you got to remember also, this is Democrats and Republicans. They're all on for banning TikTok, and believe you me, it's for the exact same reason that I'm about to point out coming up soon. Wait for this. They acknowledge it. They acknowledge that it is no longer controlled by a foreign adversary. He said it multiple times in the Congress. It's the CEO from Singapore. It's not owned by a foreign adversary. Where's and most we can look at TikTok's algorithm. Oh, they love the algorithm. If you know what I mean about the Biden administration and loving the TikTok algorithm, then you in the know. All right, let's continue.
If not, then TikTok must face a ban in the U.S. market. It will be removed from app stores and web hosting services until divestiture occurs. But as the debate rages on, deeper questions.
Yeah, And I was watching yesterday. What show was I watching? But I did notice that Kevin O'Leary is trying to put together a big group of investors to buy TikTok. And I think if he buys it, then I feel I would be in safe hands. But if TikTok becomes a government sponsored thing, then the youth are through. They're gonna have such a warped control over the youth's view of things. It's gonna be insane. Whew.
Merge about the intersection of technology, national security, and free expression. Zichu on Wednesday urged the platform's 170 million U.S. users to make their voices heard in response to a proposed ban by the country's lawmakers. In a video published on X, formerly Twitter, Xu Zichu said, "We will continue to do all we can, including exercising our legal rights to protect this amazing platform that we have built with you."
On TikTok, we will not stop fighting and advocating for you. We will continue to do all we can, including exercising our legal rights to protect this amazing platform that we have built with you. We believe we can overcome this together. I encourage you to keep sharing your stories. Share them with your friends. Share them with your family. Share them with your senators.
Yet beneath the surface, concerns have brewed over its ownership and data practices. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have raised alarms about TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, headquartered in China. They argue that ByteDance's ties...
No, that's it. It's the ByteDance connection. The ByteDance connection is what's pushing the. Okay, now I see that. All right. All right. The ByteDance connection is what's pushing them to say that TikTok's selling itself to China. But that's all they need. That's all they needed. There could be absolutely nothing happening. I'm talking about zero things happening between TikTok and ByteDance, which let's just be open. There might be, but there could be nothing. But still, that's all they needed, just to keep pushing forward. That's all they need to keep raising the speculation. And since now we're not a logic-based country as much as we are an emotion-based country, that you get that emotion rolling, they're gonna ride on through it. So yeah, it's gonna happen.
To the Chinese government could pose a significant risk to U.S. national security, potentially granting access to sensitive user data.
Our intention is for TikTok to continue to operate, but not under the control of the Chinese Communist Party. Secondly, this divestment requirement is not new. It's not without precedent. When the app Grindr, a popular LGBTQ app, was acquired by a Chinese company, and the United States government determined that sensitive data of LGBTQ members of the military and U.S. government officials got into the hands of the Chinese Communist Party, they required divestment.
I actually am about to try to make everyone mad. Yay! I actually believe...
Who has that list? Who has the list of all the sneaky Congress and military officials on Grindr? Somebody got that list. Man, this country's crazy right now, man. That's crazy. Man, like between the Epstein files, the Twitter files, the Grindr list. I'm gonna start calling it. Oh my god, dude! And now the Diddy shit. And oh my god, there's so much going on right now. There's so much going on.
Data is a private property right. It belongs to you as an American citizen. Your data is a private property right. That will be the...
I like how they get up in Congress telling us this when they're saying it's a private property right to us individually, right? No, they're calling it a private property right to the organization of the United States. That the United States should have ownership of your private property, but nobody else. This double talk is fucking crazy, brother. Excuse my language. I have to stop. Mom's word.
Only way we end up protecting ourselves from bad actors.
President Biden's pledge to sign the bill into law underscores the bipartisan consensus that action must be taken to address these...
Why does Biden walk like the Terminator, bro? It's like he's being controlled by remote controls, man. I swear to God, he looks like he's walking like he's being controlled by remote. It's not even funny.
Concerns.
If they pass it, I'll sign it.
However, the path forward is fraught with challenges as lawmakers grapple with the complexities of regulating a global digital platform. Meanwhile, in Beijing, Chinese officials have fired back at what they perceive as hegemonic moves by the United States. They argue that targeting TikTok is unjust.
What does hegemonic mean? Let me say that. Hegemonic, ruling or dominant in a political or social context. Let's make it again to get a little deeper. All right. Meaning they a preponderant influence or authority over others, domination. Okay, that's true. It's America's starting to get some imperialistic control over other people's databases. Understood.
And undermines the principles of fair competition and international cooperation. In recent years, although the U.S. has not found any evidence of TikTok threatening national security,
Exactly.
it has never stopped going after TikTok.
Dude,
This
isn't that what I just said earlier? They literally said they have found TikTok doing app. There's nothing that TikTok has done. Nothing. Zero. So this is a preemptive, premeditated strike against a company saying they might do something. You don't do that. It is not the American way to persecute people for perceived crimes. It is not the American way. We don't do that. You might do a crime, so let's stop it ahead of time. That's not how this country works, man. This is not, none of this is the American. What I'm saying, I've been saying this lately. When it comes to the bird, which is the American government, the Democrat right, we need to get these people out of the government. The government itself is fine. We need to limit the three-letter systems and get the government made back to the people. Get the people back in office. We got to get the elites out of office. Get people back in office. Get the elites out. Because this is what they're doing. They're thinking against our own free will. Completely against the individual free will of this constitutional republic. I do not agree. I do not agree with any of this.
practice of resorting to hegemonic moves when one cannot succeed in fair competition disrupts normal operations of businesses, undermines international investors' confidence in the investment environment, sabotages the normal international economic and trade order, and will eventually backfire on the U.S. itself. As the bill
Yes,
heads to the
I
Senate,
agree.
the stakes have never been higher. Senate leaders are tasked with conducting a thorough review, weighing the balance between protecting national security and preserving the rights of millions of TikTok users. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, representing New York, stands firm against a proposed ban on TikTok, expressing confidence in the Senate's ability to evaluate the legislation carefully. He reassures millions of users that TikTok will remain accessible to those who cherish its presence.
I don't support a ban on TikTok. The legislation did not ban TikTok. And I have every confidence in the world that whatever.
He's not a Republican. That's Jim Jeffries. That is not a Republican. This is a mannequin. Just to be honest with you. He is a controlled, I don't know what else, but nobody has mannerisms like this. This is not human. I'm not going into some conspiracy weird stuff, man. I'm just telling you something. I just noticed when something's off. And something's off about this man.
The course of this legislation takes as it goes over to the Senate, that TikTok will remain available to those who continue to enjoy the platform at this very moment.
For TikTok users, the uncertainty looms large. Many fear the loss of the beloved platform, while others worry about the implications of unchecked data collection. Yet, amidst the turmoil, voices of resilience and solidarity emerge as users rally to defend their digital home. Beyond the TikTok saga, Congress faces a myriad of pressing issues, from foreign aid to national security reforms. The outcome of these debates will shape the future of American governance and influence policies for generations to come. On Wednesday, as the world watches, the fate of TikTok hangs in the balance.
All right. Now, as the world's making a big decision on whether to ban TikTok, or as the American investors try to get money together to buy the platform so it can still be used in the States, I want to say that I believe that this is all, like I said, now that I understand that American government is operating under the preemptive attacks of things. You know what I'm saying? They just tried to pass a tax bill where they could tax people on finances in the future. Like, like they haven't even got any of the money yet. Haven't even made it. Don't even know if they will make it, but they're going to be taxed on it and have to pay it now. That when the government is thinking like this, then we know we're in a bad place because now they're only trying to get ahead. They're trying to get ahead and create problems that are not even there. They're creating problems. And so with TikTok, as I said before, okay, them being owned by that Chinese company was going to cause worries, regardless if they did anything. And then they immediately came in saying that TikTok has not did anything. We just trying to stop it before it happens, which means you're accusing somebody of a crime they've never done and saying that we're going to charge you with this crime that you've never committed because you might commit it, and we're going to punish you for a crime that you've never committed because you might commit it. That makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense. But this is exactly what they're doing, and the whole entire parliament is going along with it. The American people are not for it. They've already stood up against it, but the people that we've elected and put into office are. They're the ones who are actually doing this. So like we as a population have a really big decisions to make in this 24 to 2026 regulations because it's coming from the presidency all the way straight to all our House of Representatives and governors. It's happening in the next 2 years. And we need to make a big change to get the elite. And I look at it this way. I got a blanket statement. If your average salary is over $200,000, no, if your no, not salary because that wouldn't matter. They can still claim salary, but they get all these dividends. It got to be something different, If you have more than $2 million in your bank account, you cannot be. If you have more than 2 million, and I think that's fair, too. If you have more than $2 million in your bank account, you cannot be in Congress for the next 10 years. We need this shit ran by normal people, straight up, normal people across the board. We need regular people, and there's a lot of intelligent people at the 2 million mark. A lot of intelligent people that are still grounded with us here. That's still at the 40 to 70 grand mark. You know, there's still people out there that they understand how we're living. So I think that should be the case. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, they're going after X, man. X is the platform that I like the most. It's not the platform I'm on the most, but I like it because I can go there and get the truth. Whether I want to hear it or not, I can get the ugly truth. And that's where I want. I want to be able to decide whether they go hear the ugly truth or not. But I want the ugly truth available. And X is the only platform that gives me opportunity to put it out there. And I know they're going after X. They want to take down X because X tells me everything I want to hear. You can't hide. People still talk about hate speech. I don't worry about hate speech. If somebody says something hateful, I just scroll. And they should be able to say whatever they want. I scroll, I remember your name, and then I don't take anything you say anymore. You know, people should be people should have the right to say stupid shit, so we know who stupid people are. And I agree with that. So I'm against the ban of TikTok. I know they're going after X. We have a tough walk over the years ahead of us, people. That's it for today. Dino reacts. Chef kiss.